Hello everybody and welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts HD Dream Drop Distance playthrough. It's time to head to the final world of Kingdom Hearts HD Dream Drop Distance. It is indeed the world that never was. And, oh boy, I hope you're ready for it. In between parts, I may have done a little bit of grinding in terms of levelling up my Dream Meters. Getting them those juicy link points because, you know, I really wanted to get a good old bit of once more in there. Kind of really helpful and necessary for a lot of the final fights in the game. So, do really quite need that. And basically, if you want to know how I got so gosh darn many link points, it was basically shoveling my delightful spirits full of food. I can't remember which one specifically, but you just throw a ridiculous number of treats at them. I think it's mostly, yeah, these ones towards the end, like the 3 witch hat ice creams, the ridiculously large one. Pretty much sorts you out. It's a delight. And we've just got to do a bit of linking. So 3 links will get us all stuff there. 5 more links for that one. Oh boy. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually, but it might take us a little while. And yeah, I was just like, oh, so Rocky, you're pretty much done here. So, let's see, who are we going to swap you out for? Let's try Josh. I mean, why not? Could be interesting. Not necessarily ideal. Although, the R&R seal has a really weird tree. Because basically the way it works is that you open up all different surprise pathways. And you've got to open up some to open up others, and it's frankly bizarre, but it's quite fun to go through. And oh, of course you didn't eat anything, Josh. Like, what is wrong with you? I fed you. Why didn't you eat? Pfiff. But that's all the combo pluses that we can get. Once more is within our reach. It's so close. I just need to, you know, get it. And then I will be happy. But before we actually go into the world that never was with Sora, with Riku, pretty much the entire game we've gone Sora, then Riku. So that is the order that we're going to go into the world that never was with. Because it makes sense. This is how we've played the rest of the game. This is how we're going to play this game. This world. But we're going to play this world very much more like we did Traverse Town, in the fact of, because there are some auto-drop moments throughout the story, I'm going to be alternating between each character as and when we have to drop. So, this is all going to be quite fun, quite exciting, and oh, did I manage? Yes, I did. Oh, brilliant! I don't think I'm gonna get a gold ranking on this at all. If I recall correctly, I had quite a bit of difficulty getting through the entirety of the Queen Buzzerfly fight in the world that never was and getting a gold rank on it. Because, yeah, it did not go well for me. It's one of the ones that I distinctly remember doing a number of times when I was working on the extras, because it was like, would kind of like to actually get all this sorted. I mean, it doesn't work any differently, it's just that obviously you might completely screw up like that, and then the cycle just goes on a lot longer than it has any right to. And also, as with other times we've had Dream Eater boss fights, they have a second phase. So she's got 3 things on her back. So you've got to go in and murder them. I mean, really, you should probably get it done in about 2 cycles if you do it properly. But clearly, I am just absolutely terrible at this, so that weren't going to happen. And I don't like that that particular bee Dream Eater decided he was going to turn on me. Thankfully I was able to, you know, just nab that one in the bud. But there we go. That's how that's meant to go. And yeah, you can really quickly defeat those. So yeah, 2 cycles of that, pretty easy. It's just sort of getting the first phase down to sort you out. But that's Queen Butterfly done and dusted, which took longer than it should have done, but still I'm quite glad that it is done, and we can see what awaits us in the world that never was. Be ready for a ridiculous amount of plot to occur here. It's insane.
Wait, isn't this... Is the organization's world sleeping too? No, it can't be. I know I definitely found the 7 keyholes already. So I've got to be awake again, and in the real world. But why here?
Aw, what's the matter, sleepyhead?
Who's there? Show yourself!
We jumped through a lot of hoops to get you here. But it looks as if it's gonna pay off.
You're part of this?
Hey, let's hit these plot points in order. Sora, Roxas. First, you must be wondering about your revised itinerary. Why am I here, not back home? The answer's simple. We brought you to this place, hijacked your little slumber party before it started, and ever since we've been both your companions and your constant guides.
Before it started? Oh, the man in the robe! And so that guy in the black coat! And Xemnas!
Bingo! You were able to go back in time to just before your home became a sleeping world, only because a past version of you already existed there. And I can see, in the past, you already met Mr. Robe Guy. Yep, he was there then to make sure you ended up here now.
That's ridiculous!
It sure is. It's too perfect. Who'd ever believe it? Which is why you idiots never saw it coming. You thought you were off doing some kind of test, right? We'll test this. How come you're wearing the same clothes if you're already back home? You are not gonna wake up, okay? Look, there's no real versus dreams anymore. There's just you, us, and this.
I see. Fair enough. So what? At least I know who to blame for it.
Ooh, I see you still got that angry look down. But here is where I tag out. I got just a few more hoops I gotta jump through.
Huh?
Come with me.
What?
Pleasant dreams, kiddo.
Yes. This was where it started. At this point, I still had no idea that I was talking to myself. He cast away his bodily form just to set me on the appointed path.
What do you mean?
That is Xehanort, reduced to just a heart. The being you and your friends called Ansem.
Whoa! Him. Is that?
Yes. The point in time that Xigbar mentioned.
Me. Right before my world was swallowed by the darkness.
To move through time, you must leave your body behind. Ansem first sent me on my way, and then placed himself here when the time was right. That is what set all these events in motion.
What are you saying? That he knew everything that would happen?
No, not everything. But remember, Ansem possessed Riku and saw his experiences in real time.
So? That could only tell him so much. How did he know I would be here today?
Simple.
Kairi! No! Ah! What is...
You've been here many times. Your first journey, your voyage through memories, in the datascape, in your dreams, relived again and again, like deja vu.
King Mickey? Oh. Donald! Goofy! Pluto!
So yes, time travel has now entered the Kingdom Hearts universe, and a lot of people were not best pleased, shall we say. But at least we did finally get an answer as to exactly who Mr. Robe Guy was. I mean, we sort of always knew it was going to be Ansem Xehanort in some form or another, but yeah, introduction of time travel, a lot of people were just like, I'm sorry, what? Excuse me? What have you been smoking, Nomura? And I mean, totally fair. It is one of those things where you just go, I'm sorry, you have chosen to go what route now? But I don't know. I don't think it annoys me as much as it has done other people, largely because when I look at it, my brain just goes, this story is just being told so sincerely that honestly, I don't actually care that it's ridiculous. And I think that's probably how a lot of other people feel these days as well. We're all just on Tetsuya Nomura's wild ride, and we're quite just excited to see exactly where it leads. Also, this is a terrifying sequence of a dive. I mean, that basically automatically gets you the ring open. But it's a terrifying sequence of kind of going through, threading the needle, so to speak. Terrify the living daylights out of me, but thankfully we do get to actually have some gameplay with Riku after he has a little bit of a moment of going, oh my god, it's the world that never was.
Where am I now? Why am I here? I unlocked all 7 keyholes, so I should be back in the world I came from.
So yes, this is the reality shift that we get to Mirage Split. It's quite fun. I'll explain this a little bit more when we get into it, but yes. We actually get some proper gameplay now, which is nice. I remember when I first played it, I was just like, okay, Sora in the world that never was, yay! And then nothing happened, I just had clicked in and I was like, yeah, really? You sure? Okay. Sora does get some gameplay in the world that never was, but Riku does get notably more because, obviously, Sora is currently going through crazy plot stuff. And he's dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. So we'll get to him eventually, again. But for the time being, we're going to explore not quite the castle that never was, but sort of the castle that never was, to see where we end up. And also, you know, since I want to use up my money, because I'm not really going to get much use for it after this point, it also means that I can level up more Dream Eaters, get myself a better chance at winning at the end, which will be nice. But yeah, musically, World That Never Was is quite nice, because I believe that we get slight variations on the themes that we had the first time we came to the world that never was in Kingdom Hearts 2. Because in Kingdom Hearts 2 you had Sacred Moon as the field theme and Deep Drive as the battle theme, whereas in KH3D you have Sacred Distance as the field theme and Deep Dive as the battle theme. So pretty similar names and I think pretty similar themes. I guess they may have just remixed them ever so slightly, but that's fine. What is also quite cool is that you do get to explore some very different versions, well, a very different look at the world that never was. It's only going to be right at the end where we're going to get to see versions, or well, rooms that we have already seen in the world that never was. Which it's quite nice. But I remember when I went into this, I can't remember whether I already knew that you were going to visit the world that never was, or whether it was just a complete surprise. Part of me thinks that it was just a complete surprise when this turned up, and I was just like, oh my god, this is the most amazing thing ever. I had like a proper geeky moment when this first turned up, because I just wasn't expecting it, if my memory serves me correctly. And I suppose it was the same as Chernobog. It was just a really nice callback to the older games. And I mean, I'm always going to appreciate that. And what is it with these Jedi mind balls that you're trying to throw at me? They're not going to work. But yeah, basically to make any progress in this area, you need to smash these glowy orbs and then cut the links. Basically, you can see which links need to be cut because they are a notably lighter colour than the others. Once you've cut the links, you succeed. If you mess it up 3 times in a row, then you fail. But it's not a difficult reality shift to get sorted. What you do have to be aware of, though, is that... how should I put this? You are able to move the Keyblade cutter, which I didn't realise for a terribly long time. I wasn't expecting it to take me as long as it did, but hey, that is the way this goes. One thing I will point out is that that particular room there is really helpful if you want to grind certain Dream Eater materials, because basically if you allow a Dream Eater to die, then you basically get to harvest its organs, but it isn't necessarily lost forever if you are saved at that particular moment there. And then I think it's you let your Dream Eater die, you collect its materials, and then you allow yourself to die. And then it will as long as you click continue / retry, well, continue, it'll respawn you with your Dream Eater and the material. I think that's how it works. So to do a really good job of grinding those specific materials that you're unlikely to pick up quite quickly, which I believe it's like the Brilliant Fancies, the Malleable Fancies, those sorts of ones. Because basically what you do is you just sort of leave your Dream Eaters to get rammed by the shield that's shooting out lasers. And yeah, so it's quite a quick way, but you can also, you know, just let your Dream Eaters get hit and not heal them, and that will generally sort you out just as fine. Just takes a bit longer. And that creates us a nice little portal into the middle there, so we can, you know, shut off the laser shooty stuff, which is nice.
Take this! Fire! Yeah! Thunder!
Though you do have to make sure that you just defeat them enough to get a reality shift on, in order to begin splitting them. But one thing that you should try and do is, I think it's 3 or 5 in a row in one shot. So basically, if you can cut all of the links in one shot, it's 3 or 4 times in a row, then you get a trophy, which is great. And oh look, we've got double flight. It's basically, yeah, it's your double jump, and it's basically what Aqua had in Birth by Sleep, which kind of goes to show that this is why Riku is the better between Sora and him, because Aqua was the best of the original 3 Keyblade wielders, so it makes sense that Riku has the same moves as the one who was the best. So that's just great. And also I know for a fact that I did not get all of the chests in this area. Like, I did not explore this particular route at all, so we're going in there right now. I have the feeling I may still end up missing a chest also. But don't worry, I will make sure to pick everything up. It's certainly not going to be lost forever. I'm far too stubborn for that. And also I will point out that I am not the biggest fan of the R&R style. I'm not quite sure how its moves work. I think basically it throws the dice which chooses the target that it's going to hit once it lands, and once it lands then that is ultimately it goes and does its attacks. Something along those lines, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I will say, the world level is pretty big! Like, this first area feels like it goes on for a ridiculous amount of time. It's only like 3 rooms, but they're really, really gosh darn big rooms, and I'm glad that I spotted that. Thankfully, you only need to get... yeah, I've already gotten that side. I just need to get this side. Because up here, a couple of chests. Sneaky Blight is hiding them where they think you're not going to spot them, but we weren't falling for that, were we? Still have the feeling that I've missed something over there, but I'm sure I'll find that out as I explore a little bit more. So yeah, I suppose the only way to go is up on this delightful light bridge staircase thing. I'm getting massive Mewtwo Strikes Back vibes right now. Just waiting for Mewtwo to start tossing Pokeballs at me. And nope, not quite there yet. 2 more links and then once more is mine. But I suppose I can open up a secret route and also get a nice little... oh, it was only second chance, and I was getting a bit excited then. I thought it was going to be something new. I mean, that's a very easy way of getting second chance if you haven't already. It's only 20 link points to get to it, but obviously getting an R&R seal is a bit more complicated than that. And yeah, this is the right way to be going because it's the wrong way to be going. Because obviously we want to make sure that we collect everything first before we go any further. And this is actually going to be a somewhat challenging little platformy, challengey area in order to pick everything that we need. Because, I mean, something like Double Flight is going to help. Really, what would be most useful would be Glide in some form. As useful as that extra bit of height is, it doesn't mean that you have sort of great movement capabilities in terms of moving along things. It's great for height, but not so much for anything else. Because, yeah, you can see the wall there. Basically, we need to climb up that wall as the bits and bobs move in and out, and yeah, it kind of hurts you if you touch it. So that's your challenge, basically. Anything on there that is red, that is going to hurt you. So you can stand on top of them, but yeah, you can't really touch anything else. I don't know whether it fires anything at you, but it can be a pain. And also, the Skeletal Wilds are really, really, really terrifying. And really quite deadly as well. You do not want to get caught in a loop by the Skeletal Wilds, because otherwise they are going to end your day very quickly. And of course, just as I get the Zero Grid Visa off, just so that I can get time to heal, they stun me! This is why I don't like the Skeletal Wilds all that much. They're basically really terrifying versions of the Tyranto Rex. But they're even worse because their heads can come off and shoot ice at you, and then I never know what to blooming hit. I believe it's generally the body that needs to be hit, but it can be difficult to tell. Okay, no, so it is definitely the body that you need to hit, but getting there when its head's attacking you a ridiculous amount is really challenging. And also, this is the other thing, is that if you are not jumping properly, then it is sort of just going to bump you out. So you really do need to be quite on it with your jumping and scooting in to these little knocks whenever you get the chance. and, you know, not doing that. Because, yeah, because this is the other thing, is that you can't grab the ledges, so you have actually got to make sure that your jumps get you exactly where you need to go. Because, yeah, you cannot jump onto any... you can't grab onto any of these ledges. And I believe there's... yeah, there's one or two more little ledges. There's this one here. This might be the last one. We shall see shortly. Ooh, bit of dark splicer. We'll see how that one goes. So there's definitely something outside. And I think... yeah, no, that's all of that. So yeah, the challenge with that bit is that you can't actually use flow motion as you would do normally to break that, because the whole you touch it, it hurts you thing. So it's just it's a sneaky little thing, but it works.
Thunder!
But yeah, basically, that is, as soon as, you know, all these enemies are defeated, the first room of Riku's World Never Was done and dusted. And I will start breaking those all in one fell swoop, but it's going to take me a little while. This is better than the reality shift in the grid, because, you know, there I just completely just buggered it all up. At least here, you know, I am actually succeeding, it's just that I'm not succeeding as perfectly as I perhaps could or should be. But that's about right. But, oh look! Level 37! I mean, we're one level under where we probably should be for this, but that's fine! Whew. Get back into those ability links. Come on! One more time for... I will get there. I'm determined. I will. I will definitely get there. Yeah. Let's have a look at reports. Have we collected everything? I think we're okay in Riku's point. Yeah, that looks about right to me. So, let's continue on exploring the world that never was. Let's go.